So, have you ever actually stopped to think about what saving $100 really buys you? We usually think about saving money as this big sacrifice, right? Like we're giving something up. We think about the dinner we didn't eat out or the shoes we didn't buy. We see it as a loss of fun. But what if we completely flipped that narrative? Check out this idea. If I save $100, I view that as purchasing $100 of independence. Wow. That completely reframes saving from a loss of immediate gratification to an active, powerful purchase. You are literally buying your own freedom. You are buying the ability to wake up and do whatever you want without the crushing weight of financial obligations holding you down. Okay, so let's dive into this explainer. We're going to unpack some seriously brilliant, crowdsourced financial wisdom to help you completely unplug from the matrix of modern consumerism. We're looking at the actual everyday financial decisions real people are making to escape the comparison trap and finally build a life on their own terms. Here is our roadmap to unplugging from all that noise. First, the illusion of wealth. Then, everyday financial traps, your biggest financial choices, high ROI purchases, frugal millionaire habits, and finally, purchasing your independence. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The illusion of wealth and breaking free from the social media highlight reel. There is just a massive gap between the social media illusion and financial reality. We look online and see these 20-year-olds in Miami penthouses driving Lamborghinis, and it creates this intense illusion that everybody has it easy, everyone is rich, and you are somehow falling behind. But the financial reality for most people trying to keep up with that image, it's heavy credit card debt and crushing stress. People are literally going into massive debt just to go on vacation to escape their financial stress, only to come home to a situation that's even worse. There's a perfect anecdote from our source material about this. So, a guy literally wins a bet with his boss and gets to borrow his luxury car for a bit. What does he do? Well, he takes pictures with the car, posts them on Instagram without mentioning it's borrowed, of course, and totally plays the part. But cut to a few days later, and he's incredibly depressed. Why? Because he's scrolling through Instagram, seeing other people flexing, and feeling like everyone is doing better than him. He completely forgot he was doing the exact same fake thing. It proves the old saying perfectly. Comparison truly is the thief of joy. Moving to Section 2, everyday financial traps. We're talking subscriptions, shiny trucks, and hidden costs. Let's quickly rattle off these 5 massive money-draining traps. First up, paying for fast shipping. Unless it's an absolute emergency, we really don't need overnight delivery. Second, drinks at a bar. Pre-game at a friend's place or skip it because paying $15 for a single beer is destroying your budget. Third, designer furniture. Listen, you are eventually going to spill food on your couch while watching Netflix. Buy a $400 knockoff instead of the $2,000 designer original. Fourth, brand new cars. They just plummet in value the second you drive off the lot. And fifth, expensive pets. I know, this is tough love, but if you don't have the time or the financial flexibility for skyrocketing food costs, vet bills, and doggy daycare, getting a pet will absolutely wreck your financial goals. So the crucial point here is this genuinely shocking number. $750. That is the new average monthly car payment right now. Think about that. Instead of buying a reliable used car in cash and avoiding payments altogether, everyday people are financing these massive pickup trucks they only need maybe twice a year. That $750 a month is single-handedly keeping incredibly hardworking people completely broke. Another huge trap, the 0% balance transfer illusion. People open these credit cards thinking they have this get-out-of-jail-free card for 18 months to pay off their debt. But credit card companies are banking on the fact that you won't actually pay it off. Because the moment that promotional period ends, your interest rate skyrockets up to 20 or even 30% APR, trapping you in a cycle of debt that is honestly even worse than where you started. Section 3. Your biggest financial choices. These are the decisions that actually dictate your destiny. Take youth sports, for example. We dump astronomical amounts of money into private coaching, travel teams, and all the gear, thinking it's an investment in a pro career. But the hard reality is the chances of actually making it pro are incredibly small. By the time kids hit 11th or 12th grade, many realize they aren't going to make it, and suddenly they're totally broke from wasting all that time and money with zero financial backup plan. Look, don't go broke chasing a statistically improbable dream. This also extends to the people you invite into your life. Who you marry is one of the biggest financial decisions you're ever going to make in your entire life. People obsess over credit score hacks and budgeting spreadsheets, but if you pick a financially misaligned partner, all of that goes right out the window. If you are a saver and they are a massive spender, it's going to be a disaster. Not to mention, if it ends in divorce, you are looking at spending thousands and thousands of dollars on legal fees alone, completely wiping out your future wealth. Let's shift gears to Section 4, high ROI purchases. This is when spending more actually makes total sense. Because being cheap can actually cost you more. Think about the difference between cheap mistakes and smart upgrades. For example, wearing flat, cheap $60 Vans to play sports instead of buying proper supportive footwear. One guy in our source actually did that and literally pulled his hamstring. He happily admitted he'd gladly pay a premium to avoid that kind of pain again. Upgrading from old basic bedding to a high-quality mattress and sheets drastically boosts your sleep quality, which directly increases your daily energy and productivity. And swapping expensive fast food takeout for a high-end Ninja coffee machine and quality groceries, that will literally pay for itself in months. Spend more where it actually improves your life. Section 5, frugal millionaire habits. Let's see how the pros actually protect their wealth. This is a fantastic piece of blunt advice from NBA legend Charles Barkley to a younger athlete who had just bought 6 cars. Barkley asked him, "How many can you drive at the same time?" He told him, "Son, take those cars back. You ain't got to impress these people. This money got to last you for the rest of your life." That athletic window is incredibly short, and if you splurge just to show off, you'll end up with absolutely nothing when the checks stop coming. Now, think about this number for a second. $50,000. That was the tiny upfront marketing budget that NFL superstar Rob Gronkowski used to live off of during his first couple of years in the league. Even though he signed a multi-million-dollar contract, he was incredibly frugal, lived with a roommate, and bought a basic car with his $50K. He didn't spend a single dime of his NFL salary, choosing instead to bank the $2 million so he could live off the interest and be set for life no matter what happened on the field. That, right there, is a truly wealthy mindset. Which brings us to our final section. Purchasing your independence. Buying freedom instead of things. A worker from the banking industry shared these 3 devastating habits they see destroying people's finances every single day. Number 1, not tracking your finances. Guys, it takes 5 seconds to open your banking app with facial recognition. There's zero excuse to not know what's in your account. Number 2, buying unnecessary daily takeout and coffee instead of eating at home. And number 3, simply living outside your means just to impress others. Because there is a massive hidden burden to wealth. The more you own, the more you're owned. We idolize these giant mansions and fleets of luxury cars, but we totally forget the massive maintenance costs, the cleaning stuff, the property taxes, and the incredible stress that comes with managing all of that stuff. You don't own the stuff. Eventually, the stuff owns you. So I want to leave you with this final, really powerful question to think about. Are you complicating your life just to look impressive to people you don't even care about? Or are you keeping it simple to actually get results? Because looking impressive might get you attention, but keeping it simple, staying out of debt, and actively purchasing your independence, that gets you actual, lasting freedom. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.